Okay, friends, let's grab a quick question out of the You Don't Know My Life box.
Yes. And my question for you today, Jen Hobby, is limousine story go.
Oh, I have a good one for my 21st birthday.
Okay.
Okay, so I turned 21 while I was at Florida State University, go Knowles,
Go Knowles.
and had so many fun friends there. And my mom and dad actually surprised us, I think because they didn't want us going out and driving anywhere.
Yeah.
They surprised us with a limousine. And so was, at my apartment with my friends, and sure enough, pulled up this stretch limo, and we all were decked out. Everybody that was 21 already before me was ready to go. They were like, this is initiation time. And at Florida State, there is a strip of bars that you do. Oh, and they called it something. The Waltz. They called it the Waltz. And the
cute.
street was called Tennessee Street. Okay.
Well, all right, as it should be.
It was the Tennessee Waltz, and that's what you did on your 21st birthday.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the limo took us to Bullwinkle's, which is an infamous bar at FSU, and it was the place that was the hardest to get into. Like, you could not get in there with a fake ID. If you got a fake ID during school, you would never go try to use it at Bullwinkle's because they would take it. So it was truly the place you could only go when you turned 21. So I remember everybody dressing up. I remember there being boas, costumes, very excited. Everybody like all, dressed up probably in like platform wedges because that was the shoe. And, we called them like our like skinny black pants, like sorority pants was what they were called at FSU. Anyway, everybody's all dressed up, and we went to Bullwinkle's, and then you would just go down the line, and there was like little bar after little bar after little bar. And on your 21st, of course, everybody buys you all kinds of drinks and everything else. And I'm certain I barfed at the end. But yes, that's my favorite limo story.
Oh,
It was
I love it.
so much fun and such a surprise. And I can remember I don't remember the end of the night, but I remember the beginning like it was yesterday. Like my closest friends, like Bridget and Katie and Shay and my old roommate Christy, and just all of us having the best night. So much fun.
That is so well. It made me think of another limo story. Weren't we in a limo? This is not my story, but weren't we in a limo for a radio thing? And you were doing like a meditative thing to keep from throwing up. Do you remember that?
I don't know, but it sounds like me.
I don't know. It was, and I was with Katie at the time. We were in a limo, and I don't know why we had a limo, or were we in the fur bus? I don't know.
In the fur bus. We've had a couple fur bus nights.
It may have been the fur bus, but I mean, which is, kind of like a limo shag. But
weird thing. Okay, I have a weird thing where if I've had too much to drink and I'm getting a ride home, Uber, whatever else, I get sicker in the motion sickness. Like it amplifies by 100 what I'm already feeling. If I'm walking around, I'm good. Right. If I get in a car with that motion sickness on top of having, being, I like to call it being overserved. Then it's not my fault.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, you were very adamant because you said, it was something about how I'm not a rookie, that anybody at our age should not be puking because you were drinking. Yes. And it was just like, nobody talked to me. And you looked like you were in a lotus position, like you were Buddha over in the corner of this vehicle. And I just remember watching you. I thought, I wonder if she's going to, and I was intoxicated. So I was watching you. We probably looked like a pair because I'm staring at you and your eyes are closed. And anyway, but my limo,
your turn. Limo story. Go.
Limo story. It was my high school graduation. Okay, so now this is
sweet.
This is I'm underage. So I mean, this is years ago. So let's not judge anybody based on this. But I was 18, and my brother and sister, who were 10 years older than I am, so they were in their late 20s at this point. They're the ones that got me the limo for my friends, but they also did not let us go by ourselves because we were 18. And so they sat in the front with the limo driver. They gave us privacy in the back, but they also provided us with the alcohol needed.
Oh, okay.
And I was not as much of a drinker as I was a partaker of the herb. So I was a pot smoker in high school. So, and again, this is 1988, so it was very illegal back then. And so that was also provided.
You were breaking the law.
we were breaking the law all kind, and yes, and my parents are in heaven now, so that there's nobody, nobody's gonna get in trouble for this. Exactly. You can tell these stories now, but yeah, my brother and sister provided what we needed.
Oh, wow.
And provided the limo, and their thought was, well, you're all going to go do that anyway. You're all going to go find your alcohol, you're all going to go find your pot, and so we're going to allow you to have a good night and be safe. And so and it was just us driving around, and I remember I got so stoned that there was there was a moment where I was staring out the car window, and I'm thinking, gosh, Columbia, Tennessee, how much was there to do for us in a limo? I mean,
I'm guessing there's a trip through the Taco Bell drive-through.
Right. I mean,
there's like
no wonder we didn't go anywhere because it's in Columbia. But anyway, so I'm staring out the window, and apparently somebody was staring in for like a while, but I didn't see them. I was so stoned I didn't see them until like the last minute. If you've never been stoned, there are things that there's a delayed reaction for things. So the reason that people seem a little drowsy and a little like slow is because your brain is functioning at a different speed. And so I didn't see this. So this person's face just popped, and I screamed, and everybody laughed because I was the only stoner in the car. So everybody else is drunk and I'm stoned anyway, hanging out the top of the limo. And yeah, that's my limo story that I got. I've been in limos as an adult, but it's something like you said about maybe your first time in a limo, or you feel like you're getting away with something, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, my 18, I know I probably shouldn't tell that story, but my brother and sister, if they see this, be like, why the hell did you? I'm like, well, you're 60, I'm 50. There's no, I mean, what's going to happen? The statute of limitations is already over. So